Hello, 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 and happy Thursday. We're live from the quarantine with the Vixens, except for Melissa, because she's making sandwiches. So she's got to earn those dollar bills. But that's okay, because today's session will be a little bit shorter. As you recall, you guys had gone north after finding the hidden temple. You went to the town of Bentang Utara. You warned them about the impending threat of dragon. They were very grateful and began preparations. For your service, the lord of the town offered to give you supplies at your request to help you with your expedition into the mountains. So, without further ado, you guys are at the general store with
page 50. 150 doesn't have anything.
I will tell you what he has in stock and what he doesn't. But you are there, and the Lord's assistant is covering the cost of anything that you request. So, is there any specific equipment that you don't have that you feel would be helpful for your expedition into the mountains?
Hold on.
For those of you following along at home, you can find this on page 150 of your player's handbook. It's a list of all the basic equipment. Now, as an experienced adventurer, Bill knows what they should get, but will the girls figure it out? We shall.
What?
Page 150. It's a page that looks like this. It's got a list of equipment and costs and prices. So some of you are skilled in survival. And some
most of us are.
Yes. Some of you are somewhat skilled and some of you are very skilled in survival. Tetra, Sorshe, and Mantra are all rather skilled in survival.
All right. I want to get a water skin.
An extra water skin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt, especially if we're not paying for
They're
it.
happy to provide that for you.
Rope, hempen or silk, do you guys think?
Silk.
Okay.
A mummified goblin hand? Am I on the right page?
No.
But that's funny. There's a I know what you're talking about. There's a trinkets table that go back like 10 pages.
Trinkets.
That's the random trinkets. I like to actually roll from that. It's like when you find treasure and it's just random crap. All right, so
adventuring gear?
Yes. What kind of adventuring gear?
Weapons? Shit. Hold on. Just give me 2 minutes.
The adventuring gear is mostly available unless you guys ask for crazy expensive things. Like they're not going to give you a flask of alchemist fire.
Do we still have the longbows that we were using with the dragon?
Yes. Anybody with longbows can have longbows.
Can we get some oil in a flask?
Yes. You can take as many flasks of oil as you can carry.
All right, then we take like 5. I don't need that many.
Okay. All right.
I want a climber's kit.
Good.
So
a climber's kit comes with special pitons.
Ooh, get a grappling hook.
Those are those metal spikes that you pound into the rock to help you climb. Boot tips, gloves, and a harness. You can use the climber's kit as an action to anchor yourself. When you do it, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you do. And you can't climb more than 25 feet away without undoing the anchor. So, thinking ahead, those of you with survival are assuming that at some point you will actually have to climb rocky mountains. And each one of you would probably need a climber's kit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so we don't have to like throw each other like that one time. Oh my god, do you remember
like the monkey
that?
thing?
Yeah.
Like Chain monkeys. Okay.
Each one of you gets a climber's kit.
I'm gonna get
I want-
a pick, a miner's
Can I
pick.
get? I want to get a
I thought you
vial.
meant like an ice pick.
I want to get a vial of antitoxin.
Okay.
Are
They
there like
will-
potions or something? Is there like cool stuff?
Antitoxin is helpful if you get poisoned, but it's also very expensive. So they can only afford in the town to give one antitoxin vial to each of you.
Alright,
Okay,
I'm gonna get a
We'll
lantern.
just
That's sweet. Thank
for
you.
all of us to have one.
Yes, each one of you gets one vial of antitoxin.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
I mean, I'm not gonna get the lantern, but I think Mel should have the lantern because she doesn't have dark vision, does she?
Yes.
Correct. So
I thought
I will write that down on her.
She has dark vision.
Does
Yeah.
she?
No.
I thought
No,
Oh,
she doesn't.
does-
No,
Go
she's the
over
only
this-
one of us that doesn't.
we go
She
over this
doesn't-
all the time.
She doesn't have dark vision, but Abby's right. She can activate dark vision with her monk powers.
Okay. Then
But
no lantern.
It costs her points. So I'll write down the lantern for her. Any other supplies?
Do we need anything else? We probably shouldn't be carrying too much.
So just to be clear, most of the time when you guys have traveled around on the island, it is a Mediterranean climate, which means it's like in the 80s on a normal day. And at night it gets down into the 60s. However, those of you with survival know that as you go up into the mountains, it will get significantly colder at night.
Should we get robes?
You do already have bedrolls, but getting extra blankets might be the move, and also getting like more suitable clothing.
I want to get traveler's clothes
Okay.
and then a blanket.
Yeah, I'll also get a blanket.
Okay.
And I have a backpack, right? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I do. Okay. I don't need another one of those. But could I get an orb?
Okay.
Let her have it.
one-
You
one
better let her have it.
You guys
Maybe-
don't have for
Oh, I'm gonna get a healer's kit.
Hold on.
okay. Well, Abby's proficient in that, but you're not. So Abby has proficiency in herbalism. So combined with the right stuff, she can actually make healer's kits, but getting a healer's kit is a good move anyway.
Okay.
So now we're done, right?
It's up to you
on.
guys. If you're done, you're done.
Wait, do I have to write down everything I bought?
Yes. So you guys spend like an hour at the general store and you get all geared up, and the Lord's secretary basically like writes a check to the owner of the store, basically saying that like the Lord will pay for everything. Your horses have been fed. You have 5 days of rations for your horses. Now, you're not sure exactly how far up into the mountains you'll be able to ride your horses before basically you have to like climb a mountain, but you have 5 days worth of rations for your horses on their saddlebags.
Should we get more or can we?
They're pretty full with you guys and their rations, like, plus they can graze at least a little bit of the way up into the mountains. So basically you guys are going to have to like abandon your horses at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Because horses can't climb mountains. Okay. So you know
Did I
you've
get-
got enough to get there.
Did you give me the orb?
No.
Can I get a vial of acid? Like burn somebody?
That is expensive. They can give you guys as a group one vial of acid.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So, anybody else? Last call.
I'm just writing down everything.
There's a spell book.
Spellbooks are very expensive.
So why would he offer?
The spellbooks don't have spells. They're literally just like handmade books with paper.
Okay, then never mind. Okay, I'm fine.
Like a wizard or some other spellcaster who has to write spells down, that's what they use.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you're done with shopping. You guys get all your stuff. You get your horses packed up. You know, go to the outhouse one more time before you hit the road, and then you pack everything up. Now, here's the question. You currently have 3 additional friends. So Zara and Duke Sharzane and Unak. Are all 3 of them coming with you into the mountains?
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since
Okay.
apparently we have to come back, I think we should leave Zara.
That's yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is like just because she might hold us back a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
and it might be too
she's-
dangerous for her.
Maybe she could
Yeah.
stay with Unak. They could stay with each other.
Yeah, Unak does seem like a weird person to bring to the mountains.
Well, I mean, if she stayed by herself, she could just like they probably have like a library or something. She could like go check out, go do some research if she
would be
wanted to.
welcome. Yeah, she would be welcome to stay. The question is do you need her for her knowledge?
Her knowledge of, well, no, because the Duke already knows everything about them.
Right.
He used to be friends with her. And he
Yeah,
speaks
so
like a
I think
million
she should
languages.
stay. I think she should just chill and do
Yeah.
some research if she wants.
We're
at
good
the
with the
village.
Duke.
Okay.
But what about Unak?
He should come.
Unak is
He's a
fearful.
naked man child. How is he going to deal with the
He
cold?
feels like dead weight. I think we
That's
should
true.
leave it with.
Unak is first of all, he's naked because he doesn't need, I mean, he's not naked, he has a loincloth, but he's unable to speak the common language, so he would rather stay with Duke Sharzane.
Okay, I guess an extra body doesn't hurt.
Okay, all right. So the Lord gives you guys a couple additional horses for the Duke and for Unak, and you guys ride out of town and begin heading towards the mountains. So you know it'll take you about a day to get back to the smaller village that you guys first came across, Desa Utara. So you guys begin traveling, and you're on horseback. You're basically on the main road, and you're kind of going around the woods. You guys travel for half a day, you stop, you have lunch, you keep traveling, very uneventful. You're about 2 miles outside of Desa Utara when you guys notice that the weather has actually kind of changed a little bit. You feel like a cool breeze kind of blowing in from the mountains. And like the clouds kind of get more full in the sky. Like it looks like it might rain. That's all.
Okay. I'm just
Okay.
gonna like.
So you guys keep riding and you get to the village, and it looks like basically they've been trying to clean up and rebuild from after the dragon attack. You notice there's kind of like piles of, you know, burnt wood and lumber and stuff that was destroyed, and broken things that have just been piled up kind of into a garbage pit outside of the village. And you see people like working on like rebuilding roofs and parts and stuff like that. So you guys get back, and one of the villagers sees you guys approaching, and they're like, ahoy, the heroes of the village have arrived. And they like wave to you, and some more people run over, and one of the village elders comes up. He's like, friends, did you did you make it to Benteng Utara? Did you see the Lord there? Did you tell him about the dragon attack?
Yeah, we killed that mofo.
Are they? Is everyone safe? Like, what's happening? What's going to happen? Did the Lord say he was sending any militia members down here to help us?
No. He's dead.
What?
The
dragon.
dead? You killed the dragon?
Oh.
Like people start cheering and they're like, and then they want to know more and they're like crowding around you and like families are coming over and little kids and they're like, tell the story. How did it happen? What?
My friend Mantra here almost lost her life trying to kill it.
So
But-
who wants to be the teller of the story? AKA, who wants to make a performance check to see if you can make the villagers all excited about their...
Do it.
That should be Abby because she's the entertainer.
True. Facts.
Abby?
Abby breaks. Do you break
They're
out
like-
your fire breathing kit?
Yes. I tell the story. I act out the dragon's parts.
You
Okay.
yeah.
That's so freaking fire.
Okay. So you guys kind of like, there's like a front porch of a tavern. So you guys like go up on the front porch and like crowds of people start coming around and stuff. And you begin telling the tale. And like you get to the part where, you know, like Montrose almost dies. And then you're on the roof and like everybody's fighting the dragon. And like Abby does like a fire eater, like flame burst thing. And like the crowd goes, oh, all right. So after that, ooh, nice. +5. So you got an 18 total. So like the crowd cheers and everybody's like, huzzah, yay.
Ahoy.
And after you tell the tale, like many people thank you and the innkeeper invites you in to like, if you want to have dinner, he'll give you dinner for free. So you guys basically give your horses to the stable boy and then you guys go into the inn. You sit at this big table. They bring out tons of food. Unak is like chowing down on all the meat that they bring. And Duke Sharsane is very happy to be, you know, having dinner and everyone's be comfortable and people are coming in and having drinks. And so a couple hours go by and the innkeeper offers you a free room if you want to stay for the night.
No, I think we have to continue our journey.
Well, is it raining?
So it started to rain and it's just kind of like, not like pouring rain, just raining, like even consistent rain.
Maybe we should stay the night just because like then it will be done raining by the morning. I don't know. Might be just better to not be running around in the rain.
Yeah, we should have like we should ask the innkeeper to wake us up if it stops soon.
Okay. So just to be clear, are you guys going to stay for the night? Because if you do, you get the benefits of a long rest and you get all your hit points and your spells and all that stuff back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you stay the long night. You wake up in the morning feeling very rested and healthy. He gives you free breakfast and then you guys pack up and hit the road. Now, it has stopped raining, but you notice that there's still a lot of cloud cover, which is a little bit uncommon for this area, but it just seems to be a lot more cloudy and overcast. So you guys leave the village and you start heading back towards the mountains and you could see the foothills up ahead and the mountains, you know, a couple miles more in. And you're traveling up through the foothills and you notice that like there's, you know, there's trees and stuff, but it's starting to get a little more rocky. And you find like a path to go up. As you're going up through this kind of rocky, hilly area, you progress for a few hours and the mountains are looming ahead. And you kind of come around a bend and you see a bunch of like trees that look like they're dead, like there's no leaves on them, they look like they've been burned, and just the trees like are almost like skeletons standing in this grove that has been, like, you could see now that like the kind of like scrub brush has been like burned away. It just, the whole area looks like it's been burned like a while ago.
Okay. You said a while ago?
Yeah, it looks like maybe some days ago. If you want to make a survival check, Abby has a 27. There you go. So Tetra gets down from the horse and like scopes out the earth and like feels the trees, and you sense that this area was torched maybe a few days ago.
So by the
But that
dragon.
the rain, like the rain, you know.
Reagan, we can't see you.
So like it seems like a few days old. It's not still hot though or anything. It's just like charred.
Okay. I think we should just continue then.
Okay, you go past it. You guys travel for a few more miles, and you're kind of going up into the hills now. You're still on your horses. You're able to find like little paths that kind of weave around, but you're definitely up higher now into the hills. And you come across another area that seems very similarly torched. And the difference in this area is you see the carcasses, like basically just some bones that remain, where a lot of the torso has been torn off, but like the legs and like there's a head there of what look like 3 or 4 mountain goats. Like it basically looks like the area that was torched once again. But this time you see like burned body parts of animals.
Like weird animals?
No, like mountain goats, like the kind of animals that would be in this area, but as if
Why does it have 3 heads?
something burned them. No, like multiple bodies, but just parts of multiple bodies. As if something burned them and then like ate a lot of what was burned.
So they cooked them.
Yeah, except there isn't really a fire. The whole area is cooked.
How long ago are these heads from?
With your masterful
I wanna
level of nature and
sniff the
survival,
brain.
I feel like this is probably also maybe a few days or a week old.
Okay. So is it just from the dragon?
You figure that's a possibility, given the amount of burned area.
Okay,
Have
so we should
So I'm gonna
probably
kill
be
this
careful.
too.
So now we know that there wasn't just one dragon, there's multiple dragons, and we should probably be careful. Let's keep going though.
Okay. You go up further into the hills, and by about midday, you've reached kind of a decent plateau area before the hills go further up. And this area is, you're heading into the mountains. There are still trees. There's like little streams that come down from the mountains, like nice fresh cold water from the snow melt way up high. You find an area that seems to be like kind of a transitional place between like the trees and the more rocky areas. And while you're kind of going through this area, you come across what looks like piles of poop. Big piles of poop.
Is it fresh?
Can I investigate it to see if there's mountain goat remains in it?
Yes. So, interestingly enough, between the two of you, first of all, you identify this poop as probably dragon poo in its size. And as you dig through it with some sticks, you do find there are bones in it. Some of the bones look like mountain goat kind of bones or other animal bones.
How fresh?
Maybe a week or two.
Don't-
You feel like it would be completely dried out had it not rained the night before.
Oh, that's a toughie.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, when your dog poos in the backyard and then like you have to do the poop walk because your parents make you do that. And then you go to pick up the poo and it's like old, but like it rained recently. So it's also a little mushy. It's like that.
Good to know.
Yes.
Is there like more poo-poo?
No. But just as you guys are looking at this, Abby, with your enormous passive perception of 18, you hear a sound coming from over by the rocks near this hill that you guys are close to.
What sound is it?
It sounds like something moving over by the hill.
Yo, there's something moving over by the hill.
All right, let's investigate.
I look at the hill.
Yeah.
At this point, you notice that Unak like looks up and he goes, and he looks at Duke Sharsane and he's like, Okarakash, Okarakash. Duke Sharsane says, Unak thinks trolls are here. And just as he says that,
Are you gonna tell us a riddle?
You hear this sound. You hear, and you see a huge rock flying towards you guys.
Can Duke Sharzane like blow it up with his powers?
No. Abby, you are hit by a large rock and you take 10 points of damage as it smashes into you and you fall to the ground. You guys see a large, ugly green-skinned troll pop up from behind this boulder. Everybody's going to roll initiative. Okay. All right, Beth, you're up first. You see this troll and he's reaching for another big rock to throw at you guys. He's currently about 50 feet away.
Are there like other rocks around us where we can like duck and hide?
Yes, you can take cover behind some trees or behind some other smaller boulders.
I want to go behind a tree that's like as far away as I can get. And I also want to yell to everyone to duck.
Okay.
And I want to yell troll. Troll.
You cover, you yell troll, you yell duck. Reagan, you're up.
Can I like also hide?
Yes. Tree or rocks?
Rocks.
Okay. You notice that there's a pile of like smaller boulders and they're like kind of like moss has grown up around them and there's like vines that have grown up around them. So you like run over and take cover behind them. That's just your movement. Do you want to do anything else?
I just have like a quick like low-key meta question that's like been like bothering me.
Yes.
Is this dragon the same one from 300 years ago? It just came back to life because like apparently things that went extinct are coming back to life.
You don't know that, but based on the amount of flames that you saw that burned those areas and the size of the poop, you think that that's probably just the dragon that you guys killed. Because an ancient dragon would leave a lot more burned area and would leave a lot bigger poo. Like think
but is this
triple the
dragon
size.
like you know like reborn from like its ancestor? Or like is it like one of like
Talking poop, think bigger.
You don't know, but based on what you've seen, you would say that the dragon that caused the kind of space to be burned and the size of the poop that you found to be similar to the young adult dragon that you guys killed.
No, I know it's the same dragon. I'm just like, is this dragon like you know how we killed those bugs that was like?
I know your question, but you don't know the answer to that. Okay, love you, bye. All right. Sina's up.
Is he like coming towards anybody in particular?
No,
Did he see us?
Yeah, he threw a rock and he sees you.
Oh yeah, he threw a rock at me.
So you can move and take cover like them, but you just have to tell me, do you want to like go behind trees, kind of where Mooxhu is, or by the rocks, where Sorshe is?
Can I like climb a tree?
Yes.
Okay, I want to go climb up a tree.
Okay. You run and do like a ninja parkour thing to like jump up and kick off and grab the limb, and you pull yourself up.
Wonderful.
Whoa runs behind a tree next to Mantra and then tries to shoot her short bow but misses the troll. Duke Charsane also runs behind a different tree near Mantra and shoots a flame bolt at the troll and does some damage. Abby, you're up.
Yes. Can I hide behind a tree, and is it possible for me to also breathe fire on it?
Not from 60 feet away.
Can I get closer?
You can run up to it. Is that what you want to do?
Is that a bad decision?
I mean, you do have other spells and
How
orbs.
big are trolls?
They are large, which
Okay,
is
that's what I assumed.
basically like.
Am I taller
14
than the troll where I am in the tree?
Yes.
Like, am I above it? Okay, I just wanted to know that. I'm sorry.
Yes. So Abby, you could, with your movement, you could make it closer to the troll to get in range for Thorn Whip.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you run up about 30 feet closer, and then you Thorn Whip out. Ew, good. 18 plus. Yeah, you hit it. And you Thorn Whip it for 6 damage. You cannot pull it with your Thorn Whip, though, because it's larger than you. But you definitely inflict damage. Okay. Unak runs up closer, kind of alongside you, and then he whips his spear at the troll. 24 hit. Unak does 6 damage. Now the troll throws a stone. Will he throw it at Abby or Unak? Unak. Ooh. Oh. Oh, the pain. The pain of the troll stone.
Die via troll stone.
Unak gets slammed. Like this rock hits him in the chest and he flies back 5 feet and he's slammed to the ground for 27 damage. Pain. Troll then leaps over the boulder that he was hiding behind and starts running towards you, Abby. All right, top of the order. Back to you, Beth. You see the troll take down Unak with a stone, and now he's jumped over and he's vaulted over the stone and he's running with his claws towards poor Tetra.
Okay, is he like in the same direction as me, or is he like?
Oh, he's still like 60 feet away. Like you could shoot him with your longbow if you wanted.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to aim for his leg so that he can't run.
Okay. Well, that is an excellent roll. So you do 2 plus. You do 4 damage with the first shot. That's also a hit. And you do 7 with the second shot. So 11 total. So you fire off 2 arrows and it's like, one of them hits him like on the top of his leg and the other hits him like in his chest, but he's still running. All right, next up, Sorshe.
I'm gonna go to my big naked man and heal him with whatever healing power I have.
Okay.
Wow, Reagan, nice change of character.
You run up towards him, you make it to where he is, and you cast Cure Wounds. He gains 7 hit points back.
Wow.
Okay. Whoa. Shoots her short bow. And this time she hits. 6. Sina, your turn.
I
You're
want
up
to
to
shoot
three.
him.
You fire down with your short bow.
Yes.
Are trolls affected by fire?
You may recall that the only way to kill a troll permanently is with fire.
And can Woe stun him with stunning strike? She makes that move. I make that move
She has
for.
to run up to do that, but she could do that next round. But she already shot. All right, Sina, you do 10 damage with your short bow. Okay,
Raw.
Abby.
Can I run away?
Yes, you can. If you run full speed, you'll outrun him.
I'm gonna do that.
You have crazy fast wood elf speed. So you're like, "Ah," and you run away. Do you run towards the cluster of rocks where Reagan had been hiding, or do you run towards the cluster of trees where like everybody else is hiding?
I'm gonna go to the rocks.
Okay, the rocks are closer. So you get to the rocks, you take cover. The troll runs up and swipes with one of his claws at Sorshe, doing 11 damage. And the other claw attacks on poor Unak, doing 14 points of damage. Good lord. Sorshe, so you get a troll claw, and just like as you're healing him, and then the troll comes over, is like, whoosh, he claws you and he claws Unak. All right, Beth, you're back up.
Hold on. Can
Wait, I can't do anything to help myself.
do I have
You were
anything that
casting, you would just cast Cure Light Wounds.
I have 5 flasks of oil.
Okay.
Can I dip my
Hold on.
arrows?
I forgot Duke saying he casts Firebolt again. Miss. All right, your turn.
Can I dip my arrows in the oil and set them on fire? And shoot them at him?
Yes. It's going to take you a round to make a fire. So you get the
That's
oil out, you squirt it down, and you chip away with your tinderbox.
Okay.
Okay. Reagan. He's right in front of you. What do you do?
I take Morning Star and I beat the shit out of him.
Well, with your Colossus Slayer, so you hit with a 19. You do 8 plus your Colossus Slayer. 3. You do 11 damage with your first hit. Do you want to use your 2-weapon fighting and try to whip him too?
Just use my second hit to hit him again with my Morning Star.
Yes. That's also a hit. For 8 plus 4 is 12 more. Wow. Okay, you bang, bang, boom. Okay. Sina. Shoot him again.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Pop him one in the eye.
Okay.
Right in between them.
You
Make him a Cyclops troll.
do 8 more damage. Whoa. Will duck out again and shoot with her short bow. Nice. For 5. All right. Unak gets up and he basically takes a stone and he attacks the troll. He bludgeons the troll with a stone, doing 5 damage. Abby, your turn.
How far away am I?
You're like right there. Like he's right up on you.
I'm gonna breathe
He's
fire
getting-
on him.
He's getting pinged with all sorts of like arrows and attacks.
Can I just breathe fire on him?
You want to fire breathe on him?
Yes.
All right. Your fire breathing does 4 damage of fire. He's like waving, trying to like wave the fire away and like wipe the burning oil off of his skin. But he reaches out and he swings. And once again, he claws Unak for 8 damage. Okay, Beth, you're up. You have a
Now-
fire going. You dip your arrow into the flaming oil and you hit for 8 damage. Second arrow, also a hit for 11 damage. 2 more arrows fly into the troll. reigniting the oil that you had spit onto him, Abby. And he's burning now. And he's flailing around wildly and screeching. Sorshe, your turn.
I'm once again gonna heal Unag.
Okay. Nice. You heal him for 8.
Okay.
Okay, Sina.
Can I like am I like capable of like jumping onto like one of their backs? Or, like,
Yeah, but they're still where they are now. So basically the troll and Unag and Abby are all like 30 feet away from you guys.
oh, so he's still far. Well, then I should just shoot him again if he's too far.
You hit, you do 7 more damage. The troll seems very damaged now. Woe goes over to your little fire pool that you made, Beth, and she dips her arrow from her short bow in and she fires a final arrow. Bless her.
Thank you.
She does
High
6
five.
damage.
High five, Mandy. Mandy, high five.
What?
High five.
You got him?
No,
Duke
high five.
Sharsane shoots a firebolt, and the troll is very wounded and he staggers back. Abby, your turn.
Can I breathe more fire?
You
Or can I shoot him?
he's pretty fired up.
I'm gonna shoot him.
You could shoot him, you could thorn whip him, or you could shillelagh him with your club.
Ooh, I'll
which
shillelagh
is
him.
attack. Your shillelagh is mucho successful. You do, good lord. You do 13 damage. He falls. You shillelagh, you activate your shillelagh with your bonus action, you run up and you slam him, and he falls to the ground. And he's burning. And he's not moving. So the next round, just for good measure, Duke Sharsane puts another firebolt into him. He's torched. The troll is dead.
Wonderful. As he should be.
Ding dong, troll.
Now, you notice, actually I'm going to have, yeah, you would notice this. So as you guys are watching, the troll's body is burned. It's not regenerating. Abby, you notice that there's a little, like basically like a crack in the rocks on that hill, kind of back where he was hiding. And it looks almost like the entrance to a cave. You feel like if you go in for a little closer look, you could see a little bit clearer.
Are there gonna be more trolls in there?
I don't know, maybe.
Should we investigate?
You could.
I'm gonna investigate.
Okay. Who else is going over there?
I will.
I'm gonna keep healing Unag.
You have 1 more spell slot. Wait, do you? Oh, no, yeah, you can. All right, you heal him for a magnificent 17 hit points.
Where was this during the battle?
On your character sheet. Okay, so you go over, and indeed what you see is this fissure, this crack between the rocks on this hill. And it looks like actually if you squeeze through there, it opens up into a larger cave. With your dark vision, you could see that this cave looks like it's maybe where this troll was living. It also smells like what a troll cave would smell like. Like it smells like the worst smell of a zoo that you can imagine.
That's basement.
Yes.
Hey,
It's
I
urine,
have a cat.
poo, and urine.
I was just thinking of a cave. I don't know. Continue.
It is a cave.
By the way, this is what the troll looks like.
That looks like the troll I was making. Oh, remember, Bill?
Yeah. So
That's his name. Oh.
Is there any loot in the cave?
yes. So if you look around,
Steal it.
if you look around, you find a lot of like random bones and even like body parts of animals that are half devoured and like maggots are in them. You find some stuff that looks like maybe it belonged to people who might have been trying to travel through the mountains that he killed. You see a few like human skulls that are just mounted on sticks. And then you see piles of like bags and some supplies and a few boxes. And when you start going through this stuff, you actually find a decent amount of looks like stuff that people would use for an expedition. You see some tools, a couple crowbars, a couple picks. You see several bags that have like rope and food. You even see some like discarded bedrolls and blankets.
Let's take some of it.
Okay. You could take as much as you want to carry. Between all the stuff, you find 260 copper pieces and 111 silver pieces.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing great.
We're gonna split them up.
Okay. So after about 10 minutes of sorting through what's useful and what's not, you guys managed to grab about 5 more days of rations. And it's mostly just like dried fruit, beef jerky, some biscuits, that kind of stuff. And then you clear out the useful stuff from the troll's cave.
What stuff would a troll need?
Well, most of what you saw were like basic tools and weapons and things that it had stolen from other people who it raided.
Okay. Yeah.
But you don't see any evidence of other trolls. It doesn't look like a full like troll nest. It looks like maybe this one was just solitary.
A troll nest. Okay. Okay, let's move on, folks. We only got so many days of food for the horses. So let's keep going, kids.
All right, you guys continue through these mountain paths. Some of them are a bit more challenging. At one point, you have to like traverse a creek, and you get the horses across. It takes a little bit longer. You guys dry off, and then you keep going up. At certain points, you're following a path, and like the path basically leads to like a cliff. So you have to go back down and find another way around. And after navigating your way through between several of you who have high levels of survival, it gets towards evening and the sun's starting to drop and you feel that coolness in the air again. And you hear like distant sounds of thunder as if a storm is perhaps coming. So you want to find a place to camp safely, or are you looking to push on and travel through the night?
We can camp because we need to sleep and rest because of Unok's injuries. And
yeah, we should probably rest.
Are you trying to camp like out in the open? There are not as many trees in this area, but you can find some clusters of trees. Or are you trying to find like more of like an enclosed place like a cave?
more like a cave.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Sorshe, you find after traveling a little bit, you find a cave, you scope it out. There's nothing in it. Doesn't look like any animals lived in it. And it seems to give you guys enough cover where you can tie the horses up to some trees outside of the cave, and then you guys can go inside the cave for cover. And just as you're finishing kind of getting the horses unsaddled and situated in the protection of some trees, it starts to rain. You guys get inside, you build a small fire, you break out some food, you set up your bedrolls. And once you've kind of had dinner and you're relaxing, it starts pouring rain outside. And it continues to pour rain. So You guys are inside, you're warm, you've got a small fire going, and everything seems to be good. So nighttime has arrived. Are you guys doing watches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who's on first watch?
I think Mel should take first watch.
Okay. She has no problem doing that. Who's on second watch?
I'll do it.
Okay. So second watch. So Woe comes over and wakes you up, and then she goes to sleep. You wake up. It's still raining outside. The horses look okay. You kind of go to the mouth of the cave. The horses are all just like head down in the rain. You're doing your watch. Nothing seems to be at issue. You notice that like growing on the rocks kind of around this cave is a variety of like scrub brush and like moss and some vines. So you're doing your watch, and because of your extraordinarily insane passive perception of 18, you hear like a little sound kind of by the opening of the cave.
What is it?
It sounds like a scraping or a scratching noise.
Can I investigate it?
Sure. You go out and you see that some of the vines that were like up above the entrance to the cave somehow seem to have kind of like drooped down, and they're kind of a little bit closer to like the roof of the entrance of the cave. Like before they were like 5 feet above, and now they're kind of, it's almost like they either grew or somehow drooped down and got closer to the entrance of the cave.
Should I just wait?
It's up to you.
I'll just wait a bit because I don't know what's going on.
Okay. You sit there and wait and look at them. Nothing seems to move. You see the water from the rain like dripping off the ends of these vines.
Go poke it.
I'll poke it.
With like what? Your finger, your staff?
I'll poke it with my staff.
Okay.
Yeah, pressure.
You poke it with your staff. The vines shoot out and reach at you and grab at you.
Can I scream?
Abby,
So, here's what happens.
Can I? No, you may not.
I have to make an opposed strength roll for you to not be grappled. And your strength is not good.
My bad, Abby.
What if Abby gets eaten by vines? She just took down a whole dragon, but she's gonna get eaten by vines?
So, Abby, here's what happens. You poke it, and the vines shoot out at you. One of them grabs around your wrist. Another one grabs around your face and has you like smothered. There's like a tangle of vines wrapping around your neck and choking you.
Amazing.
At least it'd be a quick death.
It is your turn. You go to scream, and your scream is muffled. There's vines now like basically slithering down, almost like snakes slithering down in the entrance of the cave and going into the cave.
Oh shit! Abby's gonna die.
What do you want to do for your turn?
Can I like? Can I thorn
She's
whip?
supposed to.
You can thorn whip them, sure. You want to thorn whip the vines and pull them back?
Or sure, yeah. Or is
Okay.
there any way for me to like cut them?
You can escape. Well, you can try to escape the grapple.
I wanna escape the grapple so I can get everyone out.
Okay. So you're gonna make your strength check, which you failed.
Selfless.
All right, Beth. You are attacked. You must now try to not be entangled. You were able to break free. So Beth, you're sleeping nicely, and you wake up, and there's like vines wrapped around you, and you're like struggling, and you see like at the foot of the cave, you see Tetra is covered in vines, and she's like flailing around trying to break free. You snap the vines and you break free. but you notice everybody else is sleeping, and on the floor of the cave, these vines are coming up closer to everybody else who's sleeping.
I'm gonna whip out my longsword and wake everyone up and like hack at the vines.
Okay, you do.
Just to get them at least away from them all.
You
That's
hack the
a good
vine.
opportunity for you to use your acid.
Everybody else wakes up. So all the rest of you are awakened and you're shocked from sleep, and you see like Mantra basically swinging her sword in her like nightgown, and you see Tetra like is struggling to break free from this like entanglement of vines. Sina, what do you do?
So they're like covering the whole entrance still.
Yeah, imagine like 30 vines.
I'm
just-
imagining that scene from Jumanji right now.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
That's exactly that's what I see in my brain.
And the vines are slithering like snakes, and they're like whipping
all right.
and like trying to
Well,
wrap around people.
are they like going towards anyone
Yeah,
in particular?
They're all around you guys.
I don't know. Well, I have like my little
You have a dagger.
dagger, but that's the only thing that I could like chop them with. I could try and like chop at them, but
Okay, chop. You hit. Chop. You hit again.
No. What are you?
exactly. What did
You-
Robin
you-
Williams
you
do in
kill-
this scene?
You
How
kill
did he
one of
get
them.
out of this?
You chop
I'm pretty sure
this
he had
one
like
vine into like 2 chunks, and the tentacle stops moving.
Okay.
All right, Sorshe.
Yeah, I'm gonna like
That's a good background. You're covered in vines.
I'm gonna like go. I'm gonna run up to Beth, and I'm gonna be like, please hand me the acid, and I'm gonna take the acid, and then I'm gonna run to the origin of the vines, like that weird area, like where the
Hold on.
roots are.
So your move is you're grabbing the acid and you're running to the front.
Yeah, to where
You
like
have to make an athletics check to get through because it's entangled area.
Wait, before I give up my acid, can I ask, is this gonna work, or is she just gonna waste my acid?
Or do we each have vials?
I
of
can
acid?
deny
You
I
wouldn't know if you
One
did it
vial.
either, Beth. So just let her do it.
All right. Number one, you don't know if this is going to work. If you want, I'll make an Arcana check to see if you know,
Yeah.
or nature
Yeah.
check.
I want to use my knowledge to make a informed decision before handing her this, because what if we need it later?
Okay. So you feel like, based on your check, your nature check, that this could work. It's not like the only thing that can work, but it could work.
Fine.
We should set them on fire.
But then again, you're also smart enough to realize that this is the only vial of acid that you have. So do you let Sorsha dig into your pack and get it?
You know, I've never used acid before, so I'm just gonna give it to her.
Okay. Oh,
Let her
Sorsha
take the
grabs-
risk, man.
I
you
grab
reach in
the
your,
acid, I run to where the roots are.
yep.
I like pour that shit.
You're gonna make an athletics check to get through. Your strength is significant enough. That's a 15 plus. Good Lord, that's a 20. All right. So you like rip through these vines as they're trying to grab you. You get out to the mouth of the cave and you see basically like a jumble, like a ball where the vines are kind of coming from, and they're coming out of this knotted ball of vines. And you take the acid and you just dump the whole thing onto it. And immediately, like, you see all the vines like kind of like vibrate and like freak out and flail around. And the ball starts like vibrating and undulating and like retreating back away. 8 acid damage. All right.
Okay.
Abby, you are free. The vines, they're still whipping around and attacking, but they let go of you because you saw Sorsha go past you and throw something at them. So what do you do?
I want to breathe fire on it.
Okay. You reach in, you grab your oil, and you slap your little lighter thing, and you breathe out fire. doing 2 fire damage. Whoa. Jumps up and does 2 karate chops onto the vines. Hit. Doing 10 plus 7, 17 damage between the 2 of them. Duke Sharsane wakes up and shoots a firebolt, also hitting. The vines to retreat a little bit. Unak takes one of the vines that's flat, like flailing around, and grabs it and pulls and snaps it in half. And this greenish juice shoots out like all over the place. Okay. Back to you, Beth. What do you do?
I want to go to the source and continue hacking at it.
Okay. That's a big hit. You run out to the cave. You see where Sorshe threw this vial now, and you see that the acid's actually burning through these vines, like they're bubbling, and like the vines are like freaking out. But you see this big ball. Stab into it. Your first attack does 7. Second attack does 6. After that, you chop twice into it, and you see the ball starting to actually separate out, like the vines are kind of separating away from each other and trying to like slowly retreat back up the mountain. Sorsha, what do you do?
I don't know.
Well, if you want to use your Morning Star, you have to run back into the cave and get it.
That seems like a lot of work.
Do you want to bite the vines?
No, because they're poisonous.
Maybe they are.
I allow myself to succumb and see where they take me.
Okay, one of the vines swipes out to try to constrict you, but it misses, and it kind of like slithers past you. Miss. Sina, you're up.
Am I like being held still?
No, you're in the cave. There's still vines whipping around near you inside the cave, and you still have your dagger.
Am I capable of like, because I think we should all try and get towards like where the roots are, like she did, because
Okay, you run
I
out.
feel like if we all attacked it at once, then we would like be able to get out of there faster.
Okay, you
So
run.
can I like yell at everybody to like do that? Can I be like, hey, everybody should go there? Like we should, or I don't know.
You run out. You yell at everybody to come out and attack. You see this separating ball slowly trying to like escape. You stab it out. Hit for 3 and hit for 5. You stab twice at it. More of this like juice basically spills out when you stab it. Whoa, chop, 2 hits, chop for 8 and 5. Abby,
Yes.
what do you want to do? You have your staff. You can shillelagh it.
I'll shillelagh it.
Shillelagh is huge. You do 13 damage. Several of the vines like just basically collapse and they deflate. They're like dead worms. They're just like they turn limp. Others of the vines are still trying to retreat up the hill. Having heard what Sina said, Duke Sharsane runs out of the cave and looks up and sees the retreating vines and shoots another firebolt up there, hitting for 9 damage. All right, next. Back to you, Beth. They're retreating.
Okay. I go with them. I grab all my stuff and I go with them.
They're like 10 feet away. You just climb up the hill and attack.
Yeah.
Okay. You swing, that's a hit. You swing again, that's a hit. Another clump of vines dies. Sorsha.
I don't know. I also follow. And I want to see where it's going. Like, where is it retreating to?
You just see like rock further up the hill.
I want to go where it is.
Okay. All right. Sina.
I'm just gonna keep stabbing him.
Stab successful for 5. Stab successful
Amazing.
for 4.
I love
Another
successful
one of the
stabs.
clumps. Another clump becomes very dead. Woe does a jump up and double punches the clump. 2 hits for 6 and 5. That's 11. Another dead one. So there's one remaining fat tendril of this vine that's escaping away.
Let's watch it. Like, let's go with it and see where it goes.
Okay,
No.
so you stop Duke Charsane from shooting fire at it? Because you see him like aiming towards it with his hand.
No,
What do
no,
you guys
no,
think?
no, no.
Just kill
I'm
it.
not going with it. Just kill it.
Well, he missed anyway. He shoots firebolt and it Okay,
Okay, well, if she goes to investigate.
so you follow this thing that's wounded as it's like limping away, and you see basically as you guys like climb up the rocks to follow it, it just keeps trying to like get away, but it's very slow. And it doesn't seem to be going anywhere in particular. It just tries to get away from you. How long do you play this game?
5 minutes and then we kill it.
Okay. After like 10 minutes, you realize that it's just moving in the opposite direction from wherever you go. You guys surround it and it just like sits there and like whips away, and then you just kill it.
Cool.
Abby, you with your knowledge recognize now that this is an abomination of nature, in fact. That this is a creature known as a blight. And blights are basically sentient plant creatures that are usually created magically. And this particular blight is called a vine blight.
So did someone make it?
Yeah, well, so your instinct, you're not 100% sure, but you feel like this blight was made probably by some dark force, because these don't occur naturally, number one, and number two, although you've heard of blights before, you've never actually seen one like in the mainland where you're from.
So that means that someone else is out here with us? Or something.
That could be, yes.
That's scary.
You know that the level of magic required, first of all, this is an abomination to you as a druid. The idea that someone would corrupt nature for this evil intent is disturbing to you. But also that it would require a significant knowledge of nature and magic to do this. So whoever had done this would be capable of powerful things. So you guys,
What if it's the Duke?
you guys get out of the rain, I'm assuming. You go back into the cave.
Yeah.
You clean up the dead vines. You like throw them basically back out. They don't move. They don't regenerate. They're all dead. And you finish out the rest of the night. Everybody sleeps in a little extra so that everybody gets their full rest. People who were wounded, you guys regain your full hit points. Spellcasters, you meditate and regain your knowledge of your spells. And in the morning, the storm has cleared. Although it is not sunny, it's still overcast, but it's no longer raining. So you guys clean up in the cave, you get on your horses, and you begin traveling once again up into the mountains. And that is where we will end this episode of the Vixens. Tune in next week to find out what the ladies find when they get further up into the mountains. Thanks as always for liking, subscribing, and supporting the channel. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe. Peace out. Love you. Bye.